Race swapping. Let's talk about it. What's going on, everybody? We're the Vomata Brothers. I'm Satirius, and this is DayDreamer. There is speculation that Severus Snape is going to be casted as a black man. As far as we know it, but it's not been confirmed yet, and DayDreamer is losing it. He's flipping my dudes. Now, hold on. Before you call him racist, he's only a little bit racist, so it's okay.
No.
I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding. He's not racist at all. But as a well-versed Harry Potter fan, DayDreamer, he has something to present. He has an opinion. So let's let him have it.
Okay, look. I'm not like super flipping about it, but as a well-versed...
Because he's racist.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. He's not racist.
Harry Potter fans for years have been wanting to see a more faithful adaptation of the books. Actually, what we really want is Cursed Child to never have happened, Fantastic Beasts to be better, and then like a Marauders prequel or something like that. That'd be sick. But
that would actually be really cool.
That aside. If we're not going to get a more faithful adaptation, then just let the movies be. They're fine.
Agreed. You're right. And this leads us to a bigger issue, race swapping. We believe that race swapping is the deliberate act of deleting pre-established races from characters of movies we already know, right? The woke claim this to be an attempt to incorporate more diversity and representation among those who aren't represented enough.
And okay, if that was true, and it did that, fine, maybe, but we just don't believe that that's true.
And we can clearly see that this is an attempt to delete the white man.
Well, okay, we might be okay with race swaps if we didn't realize very clearly that they're only race swapping white characters. That's what they're really focused on.
Yeah.
And to us, that kind of just looks like they hate white people.
And so a few examples, like the Little Mermaid, we would have been okay with that because the Little Mermaid is just a creature, right? She's just a creature. If we hadn't known any better, she could have been anything she wanted, and fine, whatever. But we know it's not that.
Yeah.
They're changing her because she has already been established as a white, blue-eyed, red-haired character.
As far as we know, though, the Little Mermaid's not based off a book, and it really has nothing to do with like the movie. Like, there's nothing to add if she's like white or black, as far as I know, right?
Same. I haven't watched any of the movies, but I don't think they give her a clear. She's a creature. Like, there are no races attached to the creatures.
Yeah. So with that one, like, it might be okay. But since we know that they're pushing an agenda, it's just, we hate it now.
They also did the same thing, and you know what's even more ridiculous? They did the same thing in Lilo and Stitch too.
Right. The new trailer. The new trailer.
Exactly. Let them have it, DayDreamer.
Look how they massacred my boy.
This is from the new trailer that's coming out. By the way, we're excited for it. We're Lilo and Stitch fans.
I'm gonna put Vito Corleone cut in there right now.
Look how they massacred my boy.
That was the impression I was doing. Just in case somebody doesn't know, because that just might be weird.
If you're like me, you haven't watched The Godfather, so ridiculous. I'm sure there's plenty of us out there.
Crazy.
Look, we don't all have 3 hours in a day to watch The Godfather.
I have too much time on my hands. Okay, we're getting off topic. Back to the thing. We are very much excited for this Lilo and Stitch movie. The trailer was awesome. It was nostalgia galore. And as far as we could tell, it was faithful until it got to the white man.
Or the lack of. Here's what it should have looked like.
Iconic.
Classic.
He's a tourist. He's supposed to be a tourist. That's what it is. Like, why is he not?
And no offense to my Hawaiian brother. I'm sure he's a great actor and whatnot. But the fact that they changed it because they felt the need to get rid of another white man. They didn't understand. They didn't see there was a purpose for this man.
To be clear, I didn't even notice this, to be honest, like on the thing. Yeah, I might have been fine with it if it weren't for all this woke nonsense that's going around. Like,
right.
The swap is not that. I mean, yes, it's kind of pivotal, but not really. Like,
there was a reason why they kept the man in there for but in either case,
it's not that serious. It's not important. It wouldn't be serious. It wouldn't be important. But because we know they're doing it on purpose and it's only against white people, that's where all this like stuff is.
That's where we
now hyper analyzed. I feel like hyper focused on.
True. Yeah.
Okay. So why do we have an issue with this? Why is Snape being black such a big thing? That one to me is more egregious than the Lilo and Stitch.
It's because we're racist. I'm just kidding. We're not racist. We're not
Like,
racist.
now I gotta do a cut disclaimer. Here it is. Satirius and I are not racist. We have plenty of black friends, as you can clearly see in this collage of us with all of our black friends. Thank you.
I'm sure the haters are gonna think we're racist now, but I don't care. Guys, open up your eyes. You got to see this.
Because with the Snape thing, it's based off a book. If I'm going to watch a movie based on a book, I expect when I go to the theater for the person who made that movie to respect the source material because they're using that book as like a lure to get me in.
Yeah.
And the way you respect the source material is, I mean, you can't transfer everything to movies. We know that, but typically the actual imagery of the book is what you want to see. And so when a character is described a certain way, that's what you want to see.
And that's all that we ask. When you're given a description, stay true to the description.
Right. Well, when it's based on a book, I think when it's based on a book, it's more important. Like when it's like a movie and it's based off of, and it's like a movie to movie race swap, that one we might be more okay with.
Yeah, that's fair.
If it weren't for the ideology push and all this other stuff. Right now, it's like we're not okay with it because they're pushing it so hard.
We're
it's
in
so
the
annoying.
height of it. We're in the height of the push right now.
Yeah.
And if they were going to claim that it's not for that reason, we just can't help but think, well, no, it's a lie. It's clearly a lie.
Okay. So in the end, why do we have an issue with this? Why are you racist? Go ahead.
It's because I hate black people and people who aren't white.
God damn it. Now I got to add a disclaimer. Collage.
I'm just kidding. I don't. I have plenty of black friends.
You have none.
That's a lie. No, I do. Look, this is gonna get me in trouble. Look, I don't need a qualifier. I know that I'm not racist for sure. All right.
He can't be
I don't have to
racist. He's half
justify
Mexican and half Filipino. It's
whatever.
according
I
to
can
the-
certainly be racist. I'm just
according
not
to the
racist.
leftist ideology, it is impossible for you to be racist. You are double minority. You
They're
are
gonna use some crazy example that I look too white and I have a white man's face. Whatever. You know how it goes. Like, I know for a fact I'm not racist. I don't have to dispute that with anybody.
said every racist ever. Okay, so in the end, why do we have an issue with this? It was always said that when it comes to being more inclusive and having people of different colors, the point was never to put anybody down, but to uplift minorities or whatever you want to call it. That's what the point of it was. But when you race swap them and you're only race swapping white people, you are putting white people down.
Yeah, that is our issue. It's been said time and time again. You can always create your stories and they can still be good stories, but not at the don't make your stories at the expense of other races. Yes, right now the whites seem to be the ones who are targeted. Sure,
Yeah.
but
Also, as a Mexican guy, I would be insulted if, like, Superman, let's say Superman, you made him Mexican, right? And he was obviously Mexican with the mustache and everything. I would be insulted because I'd be like, what the heck? Like, give me like a Mexican superhero. Don't like force Superman to be Mexican now. Like, you're telling me Mexicans aren't good enough to create their own superheroes? That would enrage me. That would infuriate me. I can't that being said, I can't think of any Mexican superheroes, and now I'm like more infuriated.
Chancla
You know what?
I'm sorry, that was racist. No. I'll shut up now. Maybe I'm the problem.
Yeah, now I'm mad that there's no Mexican superheroes. I feel so underrepresented.
I would probably, in America, go to Mexico. I'm sure they have plenty of Mexican superheroes.
I don't care. I've always looked up to like Superman and Batman. Batman's my favorite superhero, actually.
Well, Superman is universal. He's everywhere.
But just because Superman and Batman are like white characters, that doesn't mean I can't relate to them. Because they don't have to look like me for me to be able to relate to them.
Let me tell you what. Every boy just wants to be a superhero. They don't care.
Why did you say that like you were drunk?
Sorry, I was burping at the same time that I said that. Cut that out. I don't want to say that.
No, that's staying in. Anyways, that's our issue with this. It's not about, oh, we don't want to see black people. Like, I would love to see a black superhero. There's tons of them. First of all,
Black Panther.
we got Black
was
Panther.
the most badass. Black
I really want to see.
Black Lightning was sick.
No, who's the Black Green Lantern? I forgot his actual name. John Stewart. I want to see a John Stewart.
Yes, John Stewart.
Green Lantern live
John
action.
Jones.
He's technically
I
a
would love to
Martian
see him
for
too.
sure. Yeah.
But his human form is black.
Yeah, you're right.
Either way, let's bring those people out then. Those guys are cool.
And or write more stories that are more inclusive and whatever, do all that stuff and make good stories off of them, and then they'll become iconic, and then we can whitewash them. And then the whole cycle will just start all over again.
Well, we were off to a good start. Anywho's, guys, What do you guys think? Are we just being exaggerative? Are we being annoying? Are we racist? I don't know. I don't think so.
I do think you're racist. Thanks
Me?
for watching.
I am not racist. Oh.